Chromakopia is Tyler's 8th studio album, released on October 28th, 2024. As a kid, I had heard of the name Tyler the Creator and had seen the Yonkers music video, but I never fully listened to any of his songs or understood him as a musical figure. All of that changed last year when I finally started to listen to his projects, and as history was being made right in front of me with the announcements and teasers for the album. In Chromakopia, he embraces a new visual style, but leaves behind the fictional personas of his past. Instead, the album reflects a more honest version of himself. So let's dive in and talk about the full album and some elements of the test pressing version with 15 tracks total and explain the meaning behind all of them. Saint Chroma, featuring Daniel Caesar, was first teased through an IG post on October 16th, 2024. It introduces a masked figure who is also shown on the album cover and represents a more liberated version of Tyler. But as everything unfolds, the mask starts to slip, revealing the more anxious, paranoid side of the man behind it. The intro opens with a powerful message from his mom, encouraging self-worth.
You are the light. It's not on you, it's in you. Don't you ever in your motherfucking life dim your light for nobody.
A voice starts echoing out as the sound of marching runs throughout the track and cuts to the masked figure as previously mentioned, Saint Chroma. He flexes his success and self-made journey, but there's a tension between them. The chorus, led by Daniel Caesar, reinforces the core theme, serving as a call to reconnect with your purpose despite the noise. There are shades of Kanye's Flashing Lights or Kendrick's introspective tracks, where glamour and pain coexist. In the second verse, Tyler becomes more introspective, describing himself as just a box with a light of thunder in me, wrestling with the pressure to shine while wondering if it's time to step back. This intro serves as a spiritual checkpoint in Tyler's evolution that frames the journey ahead and staying true to your light even when it flickers. Dude, I swear, nothing can top this intro. It is so overwhelmingly good. It's so theatrical and bold. This track perfectly introduces to listeners to the new world he's been building, expressing these new colors both literally and figuratively. I'm putting it in S tier. Ratata was first teased in the vinyl promotion video uploaded to Tyler's YouTube channel on October 22nd, 2024. The track opens with a hook.
She ain't never met no one who talk like that, and if you hang up on a nigga, bitch, I call right back.
That captures the tone perfectly, bold, unpredictable, and unapologetic. Across multiple verses, he flaunts his success, his eccentric style, and his refusal to conform. The line about LAF and flexing his wealth echoes his luxury themes from Call Me If You Get Lost. He shouts out Zendaya and blends absurd lines like
so damn big, I need a diaper and a sipping cup.
And
never raise a hand and strap on him like a dyke bitch.
Tyler mentions his past with schools like Lou Zinger and Hamilton, and his time in drama class with Lionel Boyce, a nod to his Odd Future roots. He even points out to Usher and praises Kendrick Lamar.
You don't have to call, I'm Usher Raymond on a Tuesday. The biggest out the city after Kenny, that's a fact now.
The outro turns darker as he reflects on being bullied as a kid, which ties into the recurring theme of paranoia that follows his fame. The repetition of
I'm paranoid now cause niggas weird and really bums
highlights the mental toll of success and fake relationships. Wow, the instrumental got me moving. Bro, it's loud, arrogant, and it just hits hard. The ad-libs with Or Those Women and I'm a Fish are just hilarious. I actually really relate to this because funny enough, I had the same birthday as him. I'm putting this in S tier. Noid previewed a snippet of the track posted an hour before the full song's release on streaming platforms. This track dives deeper into his paranoia. From the start, Tyler, with the support from Willow and samples from Ngozi family's Zambian vocals, Tyler opens about the fear of home invasions, distrust of women, and hyper-awareness of his surroundings. He's constantly looking over his shoulder, both literally and figuratively. He becomes more aggressive and direct. He warns against trusting anyone, even accountants, a likely nod to past betrayals or shady industry experiences. He vents about the invasion of privacy, such as paparazzi screenshots, NDAs, satellites, and even people recording recording conversations without consent. The line,
Yeah, right, I got a better shot in the NBA.
pretty much sums up the impossibility of personal space in his world. He mentions his past trauma when growing up in a rough environment that trained him to be on edge, and also nods to hacker culture and opportunistic relationships, both romantic and professional. The track closes with him repeating, "Dude, the transition from Ratata to Noid is so good! And the way he uses these warp synths is unreal. The first part sounds so devious and manic, and the second part is just angelic and sounds amazing to hear. This became one of my favorites. I'm putting it in S tier. Darling I, featuring Tizo Touchdown, explores his complicated relationship with love and commitment, and samples from Snoop Dogg's Drop It Like It's Hot and Q-Tip's Vibrant Thing.
Come on. Everybody's different, you know?
Tyler warns against saying I love you without meaning it. The chorus shared with Tizo Touchdown repeats the bittersweet idea that Tyler keeps falling in love but feels... He reflects on his reluctance to be tied down, comparing luxury cars like his Beamer, LaFerrari, and Rolls-Royce as metaphors for different relationships. He admits monogamy isn't for him, revealing vulnerability about shame and the impossibility of getting everything from just one person. He touches on themes of imperfection, human desire for exploration, and the fleeting nature of relationships. He even imagines a future with kids and a new home, but acknowledges his restless heart might still stray. Despite all of that, he finds fulfillment in his music, foreshadowing a lonely but successful life with Grammys instead of romantic stability. Tizo's smooth vocals add emotional texture, emphasizing the cyclical nature of love. With his mom's advice, the track underscores the necessity of sincerity in relationships and self-acceptance. Damn, this track feels like a nice evening drive during the fall season. I love it, and it just makes you feel good. I'm putting it in S tier. Hey Jane represents a dual perspective narrative between him and a woman named Jane, centering around an unexpected pregnancy. The title refers to a New York City-based company that provides abortion services under the same name. Tyler receives the news and is visibly shaken. He reflects on how unprepared he feels for fatherhood and how this situation clashes with his desire for personal freedom.
In the space to raise no goddamn child.
He confesses it was a mistake, but acknowledges that the physical and emotional burden falls heavily on Jane. He cares about her, but doesn't feel ready for a long-term commitment or parenthood, especially since their relationship is still young and undefined.
We haven't argued, we still learning each other, I don't know all you.
Jane mirrors Tyler's shock, but her eternal battle is even heavier. She voices the emotional weight of the decision, along with the pressure and biological reality women face.
My ovaries might not reset.
She considers raising the child alone, like her mother did, and questions whether Tyler's emotional support is dependable. She emphasizes that her choice isn't about pride or money. Despite her fear, she wants to be heard and respected.
No matter the decision today, I just want us to be cool either way.
This track strips away his ego and artifice, allowing both characters to speak candidly. Bro, this song is just sad. You can hear how overwhelmed he is in his voice. The story from both perspectives is so interesting, and the synths sound heavenly. It always gives me chills. I'm putting it in S tier. I Killed You centers around the complicated relationship black people have with their hair. In a world that often looks down on natural hairstyles, the pressure to fit in can feel overwhelming. So much so that it leads many to kill it by cutting it off. Tyler personifies his natural hair as someone he's hurting, repeating,
Bitch, I killed you.
to express the pressure to change or erase his identity to fit societal norms. Through references to hot combs, blowouts, 360 waves, and styles like Jerry curls, he shows how black hair care carries both cultural pride and emotional weight. These aren't just grooming habits, they're survival in a world where natural black hair is often seen as unprofessional or undesirable. Tyler admits to conforming to Eurocentric beauty due to both internal and external pressures. He reflects on how this mindset is passed down through generations, affecting women and men alike. Lines like,
We don't got advantages, we don't match their images.
highlight systemic bias, while mentions of the black hair typing system wisdom show how even within the community, certain textures are devalued. Still, he reclaims his hair as a crown. Tyler then flips the blame.
You the bull, baby, they the motherfucking elephant.
And Childish Gambino's gentle outro brings a sense of healing. Tyler closes with
I could never kid.
turning the song into both an apology and celebration of black identity. Dude, it's so interesting and relatable to those who have black hair or coily/curly hair. Talking about his hair and his blackness, trying to straighten it or get waves, then starting to accept his blackness and see the beauty in it. The instrumental switch is such an effortless transition, and Gambino's vocals are always good to hear. When the album released, I think a lot of people missed the entire point of this track, and so was I. But then I gave it a few more listens and now understand the message behind it. What makes this one very underrated. I'm putting it in S tier. Judge Judy tells the story of Tyler's emotional and physical connection with a woman named Judy. The title refers to the 1996 reality court show and references a lyric from one of Tyler's other songs, Dogtooth. The track starts with their meeting at a cafe. She's described with curls covering her face, long legs, and a quiet strength tied to her black heritage. Their chemistry is instant, and they leave together in Tyler's Rolls-Royce Phantom. At his place, they dance, share sweets, and eventually open up sexually. Tyler reveals his kinks and respects Judy's preferences. Bondage, public play, and cream pies. Bro, what the fuck am I reading? While making it clear that her past doesn't define her. His repeated line, I won't judge becomes a mantra for sexual freedom and acceptance, rejecting toxic masculinity and shame. Both of them are free spirits. Judy likes rope and hands around her throat, as she's had experiences with multiple people and women, and she's proud of it. Tyler admits to voyeurism, and their compatibility feels effortless. No shame, no pressure, just honesty and exploration. Then the tone shifts. Judy writes a letter to Tyler. She apologizes for not communicating as much and reveals that she's passed away. She says that last year had been hard, and that when they met, something about their time together brought her peace. Judy thanks him for treating her with kindness, for not judging her when so many others had. She encourages Tyler to live his truest life with no regrets, and closes the letter with one final grateful message.
Yes, thank you for not judging, Judy.
It becomes a tribute to being seen, known, and accepted exactly as you are. Nah, bro, this song is just sadder. She straight up died from cancer, bro. I love more of these softer melodies and storytelling tracks. But bro, he has these chill ass beats for the freakiest vocals I've ever heard. And at the end with the moaning sounds, it kind of ruined it for me. It's still a really amazing song. I'm putting it in A tier. Sticky, mainly featuring Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne, Solange Knowles for background vocals, and samples from Young Buck's Get Buck and James Brown's Get Up Off of That Thing.
Okay, I'm reloading. Better find a mop, it's getting sticky in this bitch. Get up off of that thing. It's getting sticky in this bitch.
The song revolves around the repeated hook.
She's getting sticky, sticky, sticky.
Tyler opens with a mix of aggression and swagger, blending violent lines. He boldly asserts his identity.
I don't give a fuck about pronouns, I'm that nigga and that bitch.
Each featured artist add their own distinct styles. Glorilla brings raw Memphis energy, asserting control and dismissing jealous rivals with lines about being ready to fight and maintain dominance. Sexy Red delivers raunchy verses. Lil Wayne drops his clever wordplay describing sticky situations with vivid imagery, turning the repeated line into an anthem for cleaning up the mess. Solange closes the song with a melodic repetition of sticky, sticky. Other references include La Ferrari and Louis Vuitton, and callbacks to previous themes on the album. This track is basically a whole ass raunchy anthem, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like it. I wish some of the featured artists' verses were a bit longer, but other than that, they really did their thing. I remember people hated this song just because Sexy Red was on it, but honestly, it fits with her sound, and she did really good. The mop bridge with the trumpets is low-key my favorite part. I'm putting it in S tier. Take Your Mask Off, featuring Daniel Caesar and LaToya Williams for background vocals, was first teased in the same vinyl promotional video, and samples from People's Pleasure's A Feeling Inside. The track follows the theme of exposing people who wear masks in their lives to hide their true thoughts or feelings. Tyler describes a young man who leaves behind a privileged middle-class life to pursue validation through the streets. Even though he had a loving home, family vacations, and college plans, he turned to gang culture and face tattoos to prove he's not soft. Tyler calls out the performance of masculinity, revealing how fear of judgment can distort identity.
You ain't a thug, you was a drama club, you was an actor.
Critiquing how social pressure shapes Black identity, Tyler then tackles religious hypocrisy, focusing on a closeted preacher who publicly condemns homosexuality while secretly engaging in it. He exposes the internalized shame and lies told to maintain a moral image, and how early childhood beliefs, rejection, can force people to live double lives, as the preacher hides his truth behind a wife and kids, but remains trapped by guilt. Tyler breaks the silence by pointing out,
Traded all to be free and shine bright like the sun, put you back on that religion shit as soon as you come.
Then he talks about a stay-at-home mother living what appears to be a dream life. Big house, successful husband, beautiful kids, but she feels invisible, unfulfilled, and lost. Her identity has been consumed by motherhood, and the mental weight of postpartum depression and societal expectation weighs heavily. She dreams of starting over but feels stuck, even contemplating suicide, capturing the hidden struggles many women face. In the final verse, Tyler confronts himself about his anxiety, creative doubts, and discomfort with success. He reflects on his public image, career insecurity, and fear of fatherhood, calling out his own contradictions, avoidance, and ends with a call for honesty.
Take that mask off and tell him the truth.
The chorus, led by Daniel Caesar, becomes a hopeful refrain.
I hope you find yourself. I hope you take your mask off.
It's a plea for self-acceptance, for the characters in the song and for the listener. Dude, I love how on every I hope you find yourself part, you can hear one or two extra people add on the chorus. The motif is heavenly. It all ties back to the idea that you aren't how you look. The soul gospel vocals just feel so smooth, and the synths are beautiful. It just shows how much dedication and attention were put into his album. Overall, this track is phenomenal. I'm putting it in S tier. Tomorrow first previewed a snippet on the Chromakopia TikTok page on October 24th, 2024, and samples from Rosinha de la Venza's Summertime. The intro with his mother's voice message is her speaking to Tyler, saying that she wants a grandchild. Tyler thinks about what his mother said, but can't decide if he should put his music career down to have a family or continue to pursue his music and continue to procrastinate the idea. Tyler says his mother's hands don't look the same, her hair is turning gray, and he's gaining weight. While others see children as joy, to Tyler, the thought brings him stress. He's not sure he's ready for that step, and the chorus becomes a mantra.
Don't you wait on me, I'll be fine.
He urges others not to put their expectations on him, recognizing that time doesn't always deliver the clarity people expect. He openly admits that he's not who he used to be.
That version of T that you knew was a memory.
He acknowledges the emotional and spiritual aging he's gone through, describing wrinkles on my spirit. Everyone around him is settling down. His brother has another baby, his friend is getting married. He watches them share adorable family moments while all he has are pictures of a Ferrari and silly suits. He wonders if he should flip the switch and embrace family life or keep living as freely and unconventionally as he always has. Pressure on him will only backfire. He makes it clear that he's going to tear it down rather than give in. Another underrated sad banger right here. No, but like genuinely, everything just feels sad. The production, instrumental, and his vocals depict on how every time Tyler speaks to his mother, he can't help but notice how old she's getting and that he might not see her tomorrow. I really like this song. I'm putting it in A tier. Thought I Was Dead, featuring Schoolboy Q and Santi Gold, previews a snippet posted on Tyler's socials on October 26, 2024, and samples from Jonathan Michael Fleming's War with the Soldier.
You don't wanna go to war with a soldier. You don't wanna go to war with a soldier.
Tyler reflects on feeling trapped and underestimated, using lines like,
Bitch, I've been trapped in a zoo. Nigga got plaques like the crack of a tooth.
he expresses a desire for stability, wanting a crib in Atlanta and changing Pampers, while repeating,
Niggas
To show he's overcome doubt and criticism, Schoolboy Q continues the theme. He references losing 20 M's in 2018 and compares his grind to playing for the Bills. Lines like,
How you walking at the party with your butt here?
mocks performative behavior,
I'd rather play golf to the check clear.
shows his desire for peace, and rejects fake friendships and bromances. In Tyler's final verse, he addresses critics mocking his past growth, confidently brushing off old tweets and merchandise.
I'll moonwalk over that bitch.
He reflects on aging and change, and references Coco Golf. He calls himself a hypocrite and a troll, while asserting superiority over rivals. He mentions Loiter Squad, shouts out his papa, and V criticizes fake peers, using a Planet of the Apes metaphor for chaos around him. He ends by reaffirming his independence.
I don't wanna be found, yo. These niggas thought I was dead.
The test pressing version features an exclusive version with, you guessed it, Playboy Cardi.
Oh my god.
I mentioned this guy in every video. I cannot escape this motherfucker. Cardi's verses continues the hook. He presents himself as guarded and independent, avoiding online clout but staying influential. The zombie line ties into the theme of being counted out, while the double R and Let's Go Fish references status and calm confidence. He closes by rejecting copycats and embracing his chaotic energy. Bro, this is musically perfect. The beat, the chorals, and horns, it's eerie, uncanny, and catchy as fuck. I'm putting it in S tier. Like Him, featuring Lola Young and Baby Keem for background vocals, was first teased in the same vinyl promotional video, delves into Tyler's complicated relationship with his estranged father, exploring his desire to not follow in his footsteps, a sentiment reflected in the song's title. It opens with a voice message from his mother, pointing out how much he physically resembles his father, his limbs, appearance, and gestures, despite having grown up without him. Tyler repeats the phrase as he reflects on the countless ways he's told he mirrors his father. It's not an admiration, it's confusion and frustration, as he's constantly haunted by a man who was never around. The chorus, sung by Lola Young, emphasizes the inner conflict. The ghost represents both his absent father and the pieces of Tyler's identity he feels are missing because of that absence. He turns to his mother, expressing gratitude for her love, attention, and protection. He questions how it's even possible to miss something you've never had. Still, he assures her that he harbors no resentment toward her, acknowledging that she gave him everything she could, even without a father present. Baby Keem joins in with the chorus and says just one word. Tyler affirms his independence and self-made identity. He's no longer just his father's son, he's his own man. But even in that declaration, he circles back to the question. The song concludes from his mom, apologizing and taking full responsibility for the father's absence. She confesses that she was young, she made mistakes, and explains that his father did want to be in his life. It's a moment asking Tyler not to hold resentment toward his father and to forgive her for how things turned out. Nah, bro, this song broke me. The production itself sounds beautiful, but it's so fucking sad. The guitar chords, piano, and synths just tickle my brain in a way I can't put into words. The lyrics really hits, especially when you're set with an expectation that you have to be better than your old man, yet you still struggle to surpass him. And then you begin to question yourself, can I be like him? And at the end, with his mom speaking to him, it just makes me tear up. Overall, this is an actual masterpiece, bro. I'm putting it in S tier. Balloon, featuring Doechii, was first teased on October 28, 2024, during the album's listening party in Los Angeles, and samples from Luke's I Wanna Rock and Aikiko Yanu's Yorokobi. The track opens with a hypnotic vocal loop. Tyler kicks off by mocking superficial success,
You could be a millionaire, still be a bum ass.
while reflecting his motivations.
Why I work so hard, my sole profit.
He dodges small talk, material expectations, and shallow validation. He lifts off preferences with no BBLs, I like 8 cups, and everything real here, no lace fronts. Despite his fame, he values connection with his crew. Tyler also questions romantic exclusivity.
I'm my only girl, but you my favorite. Can I get an amen?
Doechii expresses her bisexuality, confronting societal expectations and toxic masculinity. With lines like, "If he is gay, then I am gay," and "we are nouns." She provocatively takes aim at DL men. Her Florida roots shine through in lines about airboats and the swamp. She boasts about her 8-cup chest, 5'2" stature, and lack of need for men validation. The bridge shared by Tyler, Doechii, and Daniel Caesar maintains the chaotic energy. Doechii delivers with a bunch of insane lines I've ever heard. While mentioning Tyler's fashion brand, the outro closes the loop. Nah, bro. This track after Like Him is fucking diabolical. This fucking chin up, buddy ass transition. Like, bro, give me a second. I'm still crying from the last song. Like, damn. At first, I didn't really like this track, but it kind of grew on me. Doechii is very expressive with her tone and does weird shit. A lot of people were clowning on the instrumental, but I think it's pretty good. It just sounds joyful as fuck, and that life is good. I want to like this track more than I actually do, but it's not one of my favorites. I'm putting it in B tier. I Hope You Find Your Way Home continues the story of Hey Jane, where he explains his reasoning for feeling like he wasn't ready to have a kid yet. It begins and ends with He begins with a sense of disorientation.
I'm slipping, I need a hand.
Unlike stereotypical coping mechanisms,
No alcohol, no pill in hand.
Tyler's vices are relatively mild. He references a near miss with fatherhood, confessing emotional unpreparedness and selfishness.
Raising a child is not on my wish list.
He also acknowledges the contradictions of being both highly successful and deeply flawed. He criticizes performative apologies, mockingly brushes off fashion world snubs, and shrugs off lawsuits. The outro ends with a heartfelt voice message from his mom.
You shit. I'm proud of you.
This is a really good outro, ending off this roller coaster of emotions, and perfectly loops back to the first track. I'm putting it in A tier. Mother is exclusive to the limited edition double vinyl test pressing version 1. The title of the song was confirmed by Tyler with a post on Twitter. The song opens with a voice message from his mom, frustrated about being asked to bail someone out of jail for trying to impress friends. As a single mother with bills, she's not dealing with that. Tyler reflects on her warnings to avoid dangerous environments, gangs, drugs, and violence. He describes his peers were caught in a crime. Although his mom insisted he avoid it, he admits that they treated him kindly and even protected him. Though they accepted him, they warned him never to take on their lifestyle, so he decided to follow his mother's guidance. He chooses baby pink over gang colors, and ends with him questioning whether he's honored his mother's warnings.
I hope I did right.
Tyler shifts to his absent father, whom he doesn't resent, but accepts was never part of the plan. He hears his dad is now a fan. Tyler celebrates his success and joy, spending $500,000 without blinking and savoring the sweet things in life by referencing Betty Crocker, his grandmother's cooking, and rice with sugar and butter. He recognizes his roots in poverty and hardship, but also his transformation. He defines himself as a creator. He then dives into his mother's story. Raised in the 1970s, South Central LA, as the youngest of 7, juggling hardship, school in Beverly Hills, and family struggles. One sibling was locked up, another addicted, and she fell in love with an African man who left after she became pregnant. She didn't plan to have Tyler, but fiercely protected him. Despite legal troubles, unstable housing, and relationship drama, she stayed committed. He reflects on how her own childhood trauma, having a mother with an abusive boyfriend, made her extra protective of him. He ends by proudly declaring,
Niggas say she did a good job. Duh, bitch. I turned out fine.
crediting his mother's love and resilience. Dude, this is one of the realest tracks I've ever heard. It shows the contrast between his love for his parents. I love the way that he raps, and the production sounds so simple yet engaging. I prefer this more than Balloon. I'm putting it in S tier. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is my final ranking. This was my tier list and explanation to Tyler the Creator's Chromakopia. Comment down below or place your vote for the voting polls on my community posts for which albums, singles, or anything related to music you'd like to hear me talk about. I'll see you guys in the next video.